Almost forgot. All right. So close. Oh, hey. For some reason, I thought I was going to start back. Although I guess I should have realized this is kind of a dungeon, probably more of a mini. I feel like there's got to be a way to. Oh. That wall leads in this direction, so I guess it doesn't. There's no reason to go in there. Yes, Navi? We don't have much time. Those two sorceresses must be stopped. Gee, you think? Am I supposed to go to the castle or something? I mean, I do have the silver gauntlets, so I can go that direction now. I know that there are silver gauntlet boulders or whatever blocking the way. Oh, I forgot I lost a freaking shield. Don't remember where to buy one either. I don't even... No, I know there's a way to buy one, because that's how I originally got one. Oh. Okay, you know what? There are some other things I want to do outside of this area anyway. I guess I should really try to figure out, like, kind of where the next step is here first before I just leave, but I want to see if I can figure out where to get the Biggoron sword. And then I want to see, like, I can go to the castle now. I wonder if there's any particular reason to. No? Okay, yeah, there's... It's weird that the wall looks like that, right? Just me, is it? Mother trucker. I somehow forgot. Oh yeah, there's guards here. Beady beady boo doo beady. I think there's like a heart piece up here. Oh wait, there's two doors. Where is the other one? specific? No. Oh, hi. Can I? Yeah. Too far away to hit. Why does the wall look so weird? Why did they do that? Makes me feel like it's like there's a secret or something. What's this? Anything? I've been here. See, I feel like there's something important in this area. But what? Where? I feel like I've explored it pretty thoroughly. It's not. Okay, wait, this... Oh, this is new. Yeah. Here's the switch. This has got to open those, right? Yeah, sick. Okay. Making progress. That feels good. Is it just going to be a bunch of rupees? Oh, bombs. I don't think I was low on those, but that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, that's all very nice. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't realize it was here. Those symbols are all over the place. I think they worship both the sun and moon. Ooh. Okay. Hold up. Is this gonna be like a... Do you do this at both... during both day and night sort of deal? Because if so, that's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. It's a cool concept. Oh, that's... Okay. Keys needed. I saw... I switch. This feels very, Stone Tower Temple, Majora's Mask. Sort of vibe. I dig it. But okay, so that opened up a thing over there. I couldn't go in any other doors. So I guess I gotta come here during the day. Unless, wait. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Yup, things are very different already. That door is no longer open. That door and that door were already closed and are still closed. But there's a big honkin' stone here. Oh wait, I should look in here. What's down there? Is it just like a switch? Doesn't look like there's... Okay. But that's okay, because I guess it means I can just push this in here. Okay. Sounds like two things happened there. Did this door also? Nope, it didn't. Just this one. Remember how I said I wanted to do some stuff before I came and did this? Guess not. Weird camera angle. One of those little boxes you put on switches. I'll find a switch to put it on somewhere in here. I can. Gosh dang it. Ugh, I hate fighting these things without a shield. Oh, they're up there. Won't move. But that's okay. I'm gonna just do this. What in the heck? Oh my god! Well, that blows. Holy shit, I had no idea that those could be invisible. Wow. That was kind of scary, kind of nerve-wracking. So there's still... That was just more bombs. What is this? What does that do? What? Is that really what it did? That was not alive a second ago. At least I don't think so. I feel like I pushed up against it and it didn't move. That's so weird. Hey Cal! Welcome in! How's it going, dude? Oh, mother, are you fucking... Come on. You're surviving? I'm sorry to hear that you're just surviving. I wish you could be thriving. How have I been? I've been good. Work is going well. I'm very pleased with how things are going. Oh my god, no. There's multiple. Where are you all? Come on. Work is going well. I'm doing doing well there. Things at home are great. Oh, are you not a thing? Oh, you are. Why don't you open your eye? Oh my god. Okay, fine. And of course. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I can get over here. How have things been for you? How's work going? How did that program end up going? I remember you mentioning you went back through and counted a bunch of lines, and by the end, I feel like you said you got it pretty well figured out. Is that still the case? No breaks? Work's been okay? Just okay? That question? No, it looks like there's a switch over there that probably lowers this. I want to keep exploring this place, but I also really want to get the Bigoron sword. So I am going to leave and do that. Playing Song of Storm. I got it working how I wanted, and then I wanted to add a feature to figure out when people have transferred camps and make a pretty Excel sheet, and I'm a little stuck, so I gave up for now to focus on my actual work. That's probably good. Don't want to get in trouble for not doing your job. Oh, I forgot. I actually need one of those. But yeah, that's probably a good thing to like focus on your job. But I also totally understand. I'm sure you're not happy to have to give up on it for now. Because I get that. I feel every time I get something going and the ball starts rolling on it, and then I have to stop it for whatever reason, I'm not happy about it for sure. Where's your brother? Want the Bigoron? Really, do I just have to? It's not you, I don't think. I think I've tried this actually. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry that you had to put it on the back burner for now. I hope you get the chance to keep it up soon. Shop is, yeah, here. Can you tell me something? I want to know what a Bigoron is. Please? Please, can you tell me what a Bigoron is? Did spend a bit of time trying to figure out how to make Goron City fit where it should be. How did you do that? Sorry, do I? Oh, I do have it. I must have lost the other one. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, wait, why? Okay, okay. But wait, can I... What happens if I talk to you? Everybody has come back. It's business as usual. Good for you! But where's Bigoron? Yeah, how? Ended up rotating Fire Temple so it's beneath Death Mountain instead of under. And then I just raised Goron City up a little and lowered Dodongo. Rotating Fire Temple. So, oh, so it's behind Death Mountain instead of under. Okay, so it's like... You just... When you're like in Death Mountain Crater and you go forward and then you hop down the hole, instead of going back the other direction, you just kind of keep going that way? Let me know if that made sense, but that's what I think you're saying in my head. Yeah, okay, cool. That's cool. And that makes a lot of sense. If I were making like a fully realized map like that, that's the sort of thing I would do. wonder, is there like a way out of the fire temple that leads? I don't see how there would be, but maybe? Also, oh fuck. Also, because I can have it not be so low that way, because I realized at the scale I was at, either the entire crater would need to be above the clouds, or I couldn't fit the bottom within the world in Minecraft. Not that I'm going to build that part, but I see. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I literally just did that and the exact same thing happened. Want to see at least some good thought process. But yeah, that makes sense. Considering how low everything would be, it would be pretty tough to build it all in Minecraft. You'd have to mod some stuff out or in to make it sensical. Yeah, and I don't think that would be really possible unless you did something like that. But that makes sense. Dodongo's Cavern, you said you lowered Dodongo, raised Goron. All of which, again, makes a lot of sense to me. Have I done this? I feel like I did. Did anything? I mean, it probably did something, because it's here. So what, if you don't mind me asking, what are you planning on doing with the sort of knowledge that you've gained in this regard? Are you, obviously you've talked about Minecraft and how you want to like kind of build some of it up, but are you planning on like sort of recreating Ocarina of Time in Minecraft? Or is, I mean, obviously I feel like this is just sort of a fun project for you to do. Because it sounds really cool. But yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, what's your end goal, if any? Just planning to build Kokiri and Deku Tree in Lost Woods. The rest is just seeing how none of it fits. Fair enough. I mean, that's enough. That's pretty cool. Just the thought of doing that at all. No, I wanted to do a spin. Why wouldn't you let me spin? There we go. Also, I kind of want to figure out what height I need to build Kokiri if I were to build the thing so that I can build it there. Just in case a year from now I decide I want to add another area. Yeah, that makes sense. That's right. I still haven't gotten that screenshot for you. Did you still need me to take that screenshot of Link standing next to the entrance to Kokiri? Because I can totally do that. It totally slipped my mind. Oh, okay, that was weird. Just let me know if you want me to. I can do that at the end of today, just to to get it. I don't remember where the, like, exit is. Oh, it's that way, isn't it? Gotta be. It'd be nice if you can, though I feel like I'm probably gonna stick with the scale I'm at now. That's fair. I'm sorry it took me so long to even bring it up again. Like I said, it totally slipped my mind with work and stuff. I have not been on top of my shit as much as I should lately, so I'm sorry about that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Even so, I feel like I gotta be... not better. I need to be better about following through on things. And part of that is my ADHD makes it hard for me to focus on things. But again, like, that's not an excuse. I should be able to follow through. I will say I'm finally back on medication because I finally have health insurance again. So woohoo on that. So hopefully things like that won't happen as often. But still, even before, I should have been better about stuff. Okay. I'm just going up here in the hopes that I find Big Oron somewhere. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. See, like, the mountain keeps getting higher and higher, so I'm like, well, maybe the Big Oron's somewhere up here. Yay meds, yeah! Yay meds. I am so glad to be back on medication. It's I'm still sort of acclimating to it again, so it's not like it's it's not like it's a quick change, a quick switch or anything, but I am already feeling better, so that's good. Does this work? Yes, it does. What about you? Do you take me anywhere special? Couldn't get otherwise? Literally no. I think you've been doing great about stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I don't feel like I have been, but I appreciate that you feel that way. I definitely I want people to feel like I'm following through, even if I don't. Did you have any trouble getting it with the shortages? I'm seeing on next door that it's still happening. I didn't have any trouble getting any, thankfully. Right when my insurance kicked in, I reached out to the person I had been seeing at Kaiser before I lost my insurance, and I said, "Hey, my meds ran out while I didn't have insurance. Can I get a refill until my next appointment?" And he said, "Sure." And I got 30 pills, which was weird because my appointment wasn't for like 2 months. Thankfully, I managed to get the appointment switched around, so I'll be fine for meds now. He'll be able to refill my prescription and such. But what I was told is that essentially they can't prescribe more than 30 pills at a time. Because of specifically that shortage. So, like, I don't even have any refills on my prescription. I have 30 pills, And when I'm close to running out, I have to reach back out to him and say, hey, I'm almost out of my medication. Can you give me a refill? And he'll say, sure, no problem. It's weird. And then I will get the refill. I don't have any refills, any more than 30 pills at a time. Now, who knows, maybe next time I'll go to do it and like, they'll be like, sorry, we are out of pills at the moment. And that would really suck, but at least for now, I didn't have any trouble myself, which is nice. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's also possible that because it's Kaiser, I'm not going to have to worry as much. Kaiser is typically pretty good at, like, having shit when they need it, you know? But maybe not. Yeah, that's what I thought. Glad to hear that. Thank you. Me too. Honestly, what's funny is what I'm currently worried about is that I don't actually have, like, how do I say this? That my meds aren't actually what I think they are. And to sort of explain what I mean, I've been seeing on various places recently that there are people out there who, over the course of the pandemic, you know, there were shortages, they realized that their medication wasn't working very well, or at least not working like it had been prior, and they were like, well, that's weird, what's going on? You were reading about that? Yeah, all these people talking about how their meds aren't working very well, and some of them have like gotten tested and found out, nope, they don't have any amphetamines in their system, which is what like typical ADHD medication is just various versions of amphetamines, and they didn't have any in their system, and like they've been taking this medication for a long time. You didn't hear that part? Yeah, it's honestly, it's a little nerve-wracking because now I'm sitting here, and I won't lie, I've been on the medication again for almost a week now, and I'm feeling better, but I'm not feeling like I was when I was on medication before. And I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I just haven't been on it long enough. Maybe it's just a problem of, I need to like get acclimated to it again, and I'll sort of pick back up, because I am feeling better. I'm just not feeling great. But the like nagging part of my brain is saying like, yeah, but what if I feel better, not because the medication is working, but because like I feel like, oh, I've got meds and the medication is working, so I'm feeling better because like a placebo effect almost. What if that's all this is? And I don't know. Like, it could be. Right, you could be having placebo either direction. Exactly. I could be so like excited to have my medication finally that I no longer like think about the fact that like I don't have meds, so I'm like, okay, I'm doing better now, great. And that is causing me to feel better. Or the medication could be working totally fine, but because I'm worried about it, it's like adversely affecting me. And I don't know, it could go either way, like you said. And it's kind of like because it goes both directions, I can't really logic my way out of it. I just have to at some point be able to accept that I don't know, and hope that it's working. That's basically all I can do, and it's kind of scary. Okay, well, I'm clearly not supposed to do anything over here yet. I thought maybe I was because of the boulders and the gauntlets, but apparently not. So then the question is, where would Bigoron be? Speaking of following through on stuff, it's totally okay. But if you haven't, did you upload any of those? I did. I uploaded, I think, like parts 1 and 2. And I'm going to upload part 3 and 4, theoretically, tonight. So you'll be able to go back and check those out. Is the link somewhere? You know what? I don't think it is. Let me, while I'm thinking about it, let me grab that. Just as a sort of odd. And then I'm going to pin that. Okay, I just put it in the Discord channel, and I pinned it. It's in the general channel, or the Discord. What's the word? Server. And it's in the general channel, so you can take a look at that whenever you like. I'm still trying to sort of upload them back and forth, but I've got some of those in there. So let me know what you think. Some thanks. I'm looking for stuff that isn't Twitch to fill the next week or so because I'm very afraid of Tears of the Kingdom spoilers before I played much of it. Me too, dude. Me too. I am... Oh my god. I'm so unbelievably excited for it. I can't believe I haven't had anything spoiled for me yet. Like, minor things have been spoiled for me, but I haven't even watched the trailers because I don't want to see anything, and I haven't really seen much either. So, like, I just gotta wait till tomorrow and then play through it as quick as I can. Because I getcha. I can promise you that my streams will be spoiler-free. Okay, I am looking for... Looking for Bigoron, but where could Bigoron... Where could he be? Bum ba bum. I wonder if... Oh, you know what? That's what I was going to do. I was going to go... this way? To see if... somewhere in the forest or some... No, not this way. Shoot. I'm so dumb. Somewhere in the forest or somewhere in the mountain area. There's like a path that I never checked. So many people are doing streams the second they get it, and I'm like, sorry, I'm not gonna watch. So they play at least it feels like 40%. Honestly, same. I do not plan on watching until I'm absolutely sure I am past any spoilers they might have. I don't want to know anything. I did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Granted, back then I wasn't as into watching people like stream stuff, so it wasn't as much of a crazy like time in that sense. But yeah, I barely looked up anything regarding the game prior. And I didn't look up anything prior to the game. Even when I was playing the game, I did my best not to look anything up until I was like, okay, but if I really want to do this thing and I don't know how, then I'll look it up, etc. But that's basically it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. Is that not a real tree? It's totally not. How weird. I'm fine having the ending spoiled, but I want to get to explore all the mechanics by myself first. Interesting. See, I'm the opposite. I'm not a huge... Like, I don't care very much if the way the game plays is spoiled for me. Like, I would like to discover that on my own. But I'm not super upset if that stuff gets revealed. But if story beats, or especially the ending, gets revealed to me ahead of time, I can't handle it. It bugs the crap out of me. I just feel like the ending is always predictable. Yeah, I mean, in that sense, yes, it is predictable. Like, it's like any game. You know at the end, unless it's like a very specific kind of game, you know at the end that the good guy's going to win and the bad guy's going to lose. That's what happens, right? I think for me, what's important is like how they get there. Oh. I've been in here. Oh. But I want to get the skull. Oh! Oh! Damn it. But yeah, to sort of finish my thought, I am interested in how you get to the ending, and I feel like spoiling the ending can sometimes reveal those sorts of things. Like, I don't know, I guess Breath of the Wild is one that I don't think there's much room to spoil, because it's very open-ended. The whole point is that you can go there whenever. So being told, oh, at the end of the game, you go fight Ganon, and then you fight a harder version of Ganon, and then the game ends. Like that's essentially how the game goes. The ending goes. And like, yeah, there's not much to spoil there. But yeah, I don't want the ending spoiled before I play at all, but I don't care if it's spoiled before I actually do the ending myself. I see. Yes, even then, I want to. Oh, I can carry more Deku Nuts. Sweet. Yeah. For me, like it's even then, I don't want to know. I want to learn what happens on my own, you know? I find that that's so fascinating to me that you don't, like, obviously you care in some sense, like you don't want to be told what happens before the game even comes out or something. But the idea that you care more about the mechanics and like learning the mechanics and then the ending doesn't really matter, that's fascinating to me. That really is. I thought this is where that leads. Are there pathways? Pathways that I haven't found yet? I feel like I've gone this way. Yeah, this leads to the fishing pond. Got a bottle in here. Oh, there's the forest temple, I think. Or was this the Grove? Was this the first dungeon, or was this the Forest Temple? Forest Grotto. Like in Breath of the Wild, once I've done 2 Divine Beasts and found both Tech Labs and done the Terrytown side quest, would have been fine with seeing anything at that point. Interesting! Yeah, that line of thinking is so... I don't want to say foreign, because I understand it, but it's so radically different from my line of thinking. Like, I will not watch someone play a game unless I know for certain, like, okay, they haven't gotten to the part that I've gotten to yet, so I want to, like, I can watch it now, but the second that they're getting close to what I've already done, or getting close to where I am in the game, I won't watch anymore until I pass it. Because, like, I don't want to know. I want to find that all of that out on my own. Wouldn't be here if I felt like that. I mean, and that's fair. Like I said, I recognize that... Actually, I don't know if I actually said this. I recognize that my way of thinking is very black and white and is probably, I would say, almost certainly not the way that most people feel about games. But it's like... Finding stuff out like that is one of my greatest joys. And the idea of giving up that sort of feeling is not something I want to do. Did. Question is, yes, he does appear. I wasn't sure if I'd actually gotten the Scarecrow song or not. Sweet. I'll take that. Hold up. There's some reason to go up here, perhaps? Is that really... Can I not? I assumed I'd be able to do that. I'm very glad... Era? For 2 weeks, so I'll get to watch her first play. Totera? I'm not sure who that is, but I'm assuming a streamer. And yes, that sounds like it's good. You'll be able to play for quite a while. Oops, 2 was a typo. Gotcha. Where? He's there. Was there? So many places to check out. I thought you knew her because you both know Lindsay. Maybe? Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe I might know her through Lindsay, like from Twitch. Don't like stare at. Actually, I don't think I do. Never mind. Interesting. I been over here yet? I must have been, right? I feel like I've checked out pretty much the entirety of these woods. Look fancy. Yeah, because this leads to the forest temple for sure. Zora! No? Tears of the Kingdom releases tomorrow. Tomorrow. It was already tomorrow. Fair point. Look at the server. Why? Like, do you mean... Okay, well... Australia's had it for like 10 hours. That tracks. There are sort of two answers for how the fuck. First answer is... Again? What? Confused, but okay. I guess this is why they call it the Lost Woods. It's literally all over the place. Two answers to that. Number one, I also noticed that ZFG was playing it today. So, like, I think some people just got it early on accident. But also, I know for a fact that the game, it either leaked or, like, people accidentally got their copies early, like, a week ago. And started playing. So, like... Some people have accounts set to Australia on their Switch. That's so smart! Oh my god, that is so smart! Granted, I don't like digital copies. I prefer having like a physical copy, so that wouldn't have helped me, but damn, that is smart! Some people get hard copies either. Yeah, some people... I think it was just like a shipping error. Some people's hard copies of the game shipped early for some reason, and now they have it. Posts on Reddit about them showing up on Wednesday. Yeah, I feel like I saw something about them. Or do you mean like Wednesday last week? Because I think that sounds right in my head. I really... I want to get the sword. Does someone want to look up where Bigoron is in this game and give me hints? No, this week. Okay, so just yesterday. Interesting. I saw something about people at GameStop was giving it out. Yeah, something like that. I'd be surprised if there were some even a week ago. Exactly, me too. I thought I saw something about it, and it wasn't just yesterday. It was like days ago, and I thought maybe even last week, but maybe I'm incorrect. I don't know. Hold up. Is this a thing? It is a thing. Ooh. Oh, snap! Fairy fountain. More magic, maybe? I'm getting it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting it tomorrow too. I have... It's shipping here, and it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow by like 10 p.m. or something. I really hope I get it sooner than that. But I got a couple of accessories and stuff too with it because I am such a fucking nerd. But I'm excited. I can't wait. The model looks so fucking cool. It does look fucking cool. It looks incredible. I'm stoked. I'm gonna play it on stream. You know what? Number one, I still don't have a capture card, and that is something that I need to fix now that I have a job again and can afford it. Yes, more magic. But also, I'm really sorry. Even if I did have a capture card, I wouldn't play it on stream because I'm too impatient. To tomorrow, as soon as I get it, I'm going to be playing it. And I have work tomorrow, so I probably shouldn't do that. That's not true. I'm going to wait until after work. But every waking moment that I have where I'm not busy doing something, I'm going to be playing it, and I can't wait to do that on stream. Why? Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'll play it on stream at some point, maybe, probably, but not for my first playthrough, and not now. Not right away. Oh, hey, wait a second. There's that guy. I should ask him. Maybe I can talk to him and he'll tell me something about Big Oron. You're allowed to stream more than twice a week. I know I am, but honestly, I don't think I could. I think it's too draining. Setting all of this up, sitting down for hours at a time. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, like, I would be playing this for 10 hours, and I'm not gonna stream for 10 hours. I'm just not. Okay, maybe if I show it to you, will that happen? I know the sorceresses need to be stopped. I guess I'm just going to the Spirit Temple. Guess there's nothing for it. Let's wait, what's... Because this feels like Death Mountain, right? Like, this is so clearly Death Mountain Trail. Is this? I just like wander out here, am I gonna get lost again? Yeah. More than twice a week, come on now. Maybe at some point I'll stream more than twice a week, but as it is, like, I'm struggling even just to do that. Okay, hold up. This does feel sort of strange. Strange in the sense that, like, I could see this being a path to Big Oron. Hi, Bigora. My mom and I are gonna play 90% of the night. Nice! That's nice. That's really cool. I'm glad you can do that sort of thing with your mom. I used to play video games with my mom occasionally. It doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, for obvious reasons it doesn't happen anymore, but it stopped pretty early on growing up. Is there... Actually, I think I kind of know where this is going. Kind of. Yeah, this is just going back to here. So this doesn't... Hey, Logan! Welcome on in. How's it going, dude? Well... Good to know, I guess, that I can get... That was kind of weird, but I'm not going to complain about it. Right there. And the other day I had a dream that is hard to categorize. Oh, yeah? Hey, Cal, if you're still here... I normally don't do this, but I'm tired of just looking around on stream. Could you look up where Big Oron is in this game, if you can? And just, like, give me a hint. Search, but there's only videos on your own mobile. Okay. Damn. No worries. Hold on, I'll hop on YouTube on my Switch. Damn. That is dedication right there. Once saw a question online asking what element in Sage a potential 9th temple Ocarina of Time would have. I mean, okay. So first off, I think that the Sage it would have, or rather the 9th temple, would be the Temple of Light. You've got the Sage of Light already, and the Light Medallion, and there's no Light Temple, so you know that would be my suggestion, is just give us a 9th temple and make it the Temple of Light. But, and I think that this is actually what the question is, that is an interesting idea. What would the, like, another temple be? Oh, sideways switch. What would a potential 9th temple be? That's a good question. I like the idea you mentioned about... Oh, your headphones died. You can't even hear me. My bad. Ah! No, please, don't. There we go. Door open, door open. Of course, more graves. You love to see it. Weird. Have you started the quest? I have started the quest. Literally, the only, like... How do I put this? I currently have the broken Goron sword. So I need to know... So far, all of the characters that you give the items to have been exactly the same as the characters you give to in the original game. So I'm assuming that I need to find Bigoron and give him the broken Goron sword. And from there, I'll be good. From there, I'm fine. Oh, hey. I just need to know that much, and then... I just need to know where Bigoron is, or even just like a hint about what area he's in, and I can just keep looking, and I can go from there. I'm glad you're back. No worries about being a fast typer. That's great. Oh, mother trucker. Ah. This is when I wish I had either a shield or Bigoron sword. Either of those would be really nice right now. Oh my god. How absolutely dare you? Thinking of concepts for Zelda games lately when I realized something. What'd you realize? Big chest? No. I still don't have a map or anything for this dungeon. I've made a ton of Zelda concepts, but I've never made a concept where people can do the dungeons in any order. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's sort of a tough proposition in a lot of cases. Oh, here's something. What is it? Because part of the problem with that is that means that none of the dungeons can Oh. I was wow, already? Very much expecting not to find that first, because I still... Right? I haven't found the map with the compass, have I? Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, I feel like what's difficult about that sort of thing is if you try to do that, you know, you can't let the dungeons affect each other. Apparently he's in the mines, so I don't know how to give that a more vague hint. That's fine. That's vague enough. Because I know exactly where to look, but I don't know where that will take me. So that's a good place to start. Thank you. I mean the flooded mines. Yeah, the flooded mines. Which, since I'm back at the start, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that now. What's the quickest way to get to the mines? I think this. I think so, yeah. Yeah, the mines, the only mines that there are in this game are the flooded mines, so I'm assuming that that is correct as well. Just dig straight down. Dig straight down. Maybe there's where you'll find my self-confidence. Honestly, I didn't even think about the mines. That kind of upsets me. Like, I should have known that. I should have not... Maybe not known that. I should have... That should have been a thought I had. But oh well. I'm sure that at some point I would have, but I'm just not interested in worrying about it in a ROM hack like this. I'm honestly surprised that the Flooded Mines is a water dungeon. You know, me too. It definitely feels like it quote-unquote should be. Because it's a great concept for one. I kind of assumed it would be the... Like, I assumed that this was going to be the second dungeon after the Forest Grotto. So when it ended up not being the case, I was definitely a little confused. But okay, so here we are in the mines. I don't think there's a map here, so yeah, I've just got to kind of... Actually, I do think there was, like, some area... Oh, maybe with the iron boots I'll be able to explore more. Oh, this is where I really should have had this. Oh my god! Here he is! Success! And just like that. Okay, so now we're going to go on a bit of a side quest to get this guy some eye drops. Oh, come on. Go. Like, a good idea would have been to make the Flooded Mines a dungeon where you have to return to later on. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Implying your self-confidence might actually exist. You know what? True. Has DJ beaten the Spirit Temple yet? Not yet. That's the dungeon that I'm currently on. And I did just get the, what's it called? The mirror shield. God, I can't think when I'm trying to do other things. I can't multitask. So I haven't beaten the Spirit Temple yet, but I have gotten the mirror shield already, so I'm on my way to that. Okay, now that I'm here, I know where King Zora is. Okay, so here's the thing. I've got to go from King Zora to... Where? Oh, come on. From King Zora over to the medicine man, who's at the church in Castletown. That's where he is. I think I know the path I'm going to follow to do that. I think. Sure hope I do, because otherwise this might take a while. I'd work on single tasking before multitasking. You're right. I gotta get good at just doing one thing at a time before I even start thinking about multiple. Because let's face it, I'm not good at anything. Ooh, that was weird. Okay. Because I'm assuming that I can't warp still with the timer. I'm just making that assumption at this point. I think it's a fair assumption. Remember correctly, I want to get up to there. Okay, so no, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. Come on. I did not intend to do that jump slash, but you know what? Worked out all right. Ah, no. Other trucker. It's fine. Does this mirror floor exist in vanilla? I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to say yes, and it's in the room with Dark Link. I think that is a true statement. It's just, it's not like an ice floor. It's a floor covered by what's it called? By water. And it's not slippery, it's just covered by water. So I think the answer to that question is yes. Come on. That was my thought as well, but I couldn't remember. Water, yes. Yes. I can spoke good. I think this will get me there. Yeah. Look at me! What? Oh, okay. I forgot it was a door. Castletown Church, okay. Need to deliver them fresh. I can sure try! Be quick and deliver it to the church while it's cold. Yeah, there's just not much stuff there, so it's way less cool. Yeah, yeah, you only see, like, the tree in the center, and for part of it, at least, you see Link's reflection. I wish that Link's reflection were there. That would be really cool, is if they had Link's reflection in that room. But they don't, which is sad. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wasting time. Okay, so... Yeah, I know where I'm going. Okay. You googled pictures of that area? Nice. Yeah. Should you get extra time while you're in a cold place? It's basically like having it in the fridge. You know, that is a very good point. I think that the timer shouldn't start until you leave at least the ice cavern. But oh well, it's not a big deal. Got plenty of time. Gosh dang it. This way. Yeah. The eyeballs are so delicious. Tonight I will cook fried eyeballs for the first time in a long time. Oh, ridiculous. Okay, cool. And now... Yeah, now I know exactly where to go. I wonder if they changed the timer, because I'm much closer to Big Goron here than I was in the original game. World's finest eye drops. Nope, they kept the timer. Interesting. Because I don't think I'll have nearly as much of, like, not trouble, because it's still not hard in the original game, but I don't think I'll have nearly as much to worry about. Like, I'm closer to this than I was to King Zora. Is it the guy from the lake house? Yes, that is the guy from the lake house. In this game, I guess he's priest? He lives in the church. Strange to go from a scientist to a priest, I feel. for the character, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Yeah, look at this. I'm already so close. It's gonna take me less time to do this than it did to get from the from King Zora to the priest to the lab guy. Oh, and look at that! Because of the timer there, that other timer stopped. So this didn't actually take me less than a minute, but it's taken me pretty close to just a minute. Science failed him. When Ganon took over, he realized his science couldn't answer the real questions in life, and he turned to faith to answer them. Am I really gonna have to wait 3 days again? And I'm gonna have to... Okay, wait. Does time pass out here or no? Ba-do-da, ba-do-da, ba-da-doo. Alright, one more day. I think. Right? Yeah. This is either day 3 or day 4. I know I wasn't... I know I'm not too early, or I know I wasn't too early. I don't know. I should be fine now. Alright. You're right, bastard. Give me that sword. Best sword and best shield in the game coming right up! I just have to stand in a very specific spot? What the heck was that? What? Did I? Oh. I must have... I came in here before it actually turned daytime? Was that my mistake? Huh. That's weird. He's got bad eyesight, remember? No, he doesn't! I gave him eye drops! They helped! He shouldn't have bad eyesight anymore! You can see now, but still not well. Yeah, whatever. Alright. I have now got the Bigoron sword! And you know what? We're going back to the classic green, because why the fuck not? Yeah, you found it all by yourself. Statements may not be factual. You know, obviously I didn't find it by myself, but like... I know that I would have found that eventually, and that makes me feel better. What I honestly like, because I'm the kind of person who I don't like to do things with a guide. I like to figure things out on my own, but I also recognize that sometimes I'm not going to be able to. Like it's not a slam against me to admit that. It's just the truth. And I'm okay with that, so long as the stuff, like, I'll put it this way. If I spend hours trying to do something and can't get it to work and then find out that it was actually some really easy thing that I just didn't try, that would upset me because I would feel like I failed myself. But if, you know, if I do that and then I realize like, oh, it's some obtuse or difficult thing that like there's no way I would have just guessed, then okay, that's fine. Like I'm not troubled by that. On the flip side, in a case like this where, you know, I didn't want to take the time. I didn't want to put in the effort because like I'm trying to stream this, I'm trying to have a good time. It would be boring if I just spent all my time looking for something like that. I would actually prefer it to be easy because that makes me feel like, well, okay, I would have found it eventually. I would have found Bigoron eventually in this game. I just couldn't take the time in this particular instance, you know what I mean? That's sort of my thought process on it. Sometimes things sound easy to figure out after you know them, but they weren't actually. I agree with that. I think you're right. Sometimes it sounds easier after the fact. But I think in this case, eventually I would have been like, okay, we're going to go through each area and check it out. And then I would have been like, oh, the mines. I never checked the mines. And I would have gone in there and found him and been like, okay, cool. Not too bad. Now, granted, I could be overinflating my perceptual skills, but I don't think that it's a tough sell that I could have done something like that. Hold up, now that... I use that key. I don't think I can go anywhere new. Oh, I gotta make it day. That's why. Band concept, band? Oh, yeah, Logan, you know, makes up concepts for things and likes to talk about them. So yeah, if you've got a band concept, you can feel free to share it. Try not to take up too much space because we've got other people here chatting too, Logan. But yeah, go for it. I don't think I actually went through here yet. Oh no, I did go through here. I didn't. No, here I didn't. I did. Good. Okay, well, you know what? Now that I've got the map, actually, I can take this and see if there's anything helpful. Clearly this isn't the way to go, so let's head back for a bit. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I should mention these concepts are very realistic, like additions and death, so please let me know if any of that stuff triggers you. I'm fine with it, and I'm fine with having it in my chat, so long as you don't, like... If you're just sort of talking about these concepts, that's fine. But don't go into any details about, like, how that goes down, because that's a bit too much. I'm not down with stuff like that. There. But oh no, where's the entrance? The map is a little weird this time around. Not sure what the deal is with it. Or... Oh, wait. No, I'm on the first floor. Oh, I see. Just coming down here, I'm now in the basement. So I must be in that, like the hallway connecting to there. But I've already explored all there. I don't want to go that way. So I've never been straight ahead. I don't think that door has ever opened. I've never been in here either? I thought I had. Okay, hang on. Drugs and alcohol are only mentioned pretty much twice. First time if I mention this fictional band getting addicted. Second time if they eventually die from something related to it. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds fine. So confused. Yeah, I have been in here. Where? Wait, are the maps different if it's day or night? Because that would be wild. Come on. Hi. Am I good to start one of these concepts? Sure, but again, just remember that there are other people here, so like try not to take up too much time, or not time necessarily, but like if you're gonna talk about it, just make sure that other people have space to chat too. Okay. I guess I missed this area. E? Probably not. Okay. Hey. Okay. Boom. All dead. All dead again. Skulltula? Oh, that's cool. Like a little platforming challenge. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little like challenge to give. I like it. Got another key. I feel like there are a couple places I need a key, but this one's right here, so let's do this. Actually, no, I think this is the only key door I'm aware of. I get it. Wait. Yes, this leads here. This is how I get here during the day. This. And this is also how I get through to here at night. Yeah. Although I don't think there's any reason for me to come back here. Oh no, there is. There's a chest. I think the maps are different depending on whether it's daytime or nighttime. That's cool. Hold on, I'll wait a bit. You want to wait? Okay. No rush. Oh shit, what the hell? Ah! The fuck? Oh my god, does that one react to me? I think it does. Okay, I'm super confused. Am I just poorly timing these? No, okay. So I gotta go this way, because this one is on a timer. God. My god! What is this nonsense? This is bananas. This is absolutely wild. There we go. Oh god. Like the Harry Potter staircase, but only when the sun sets or rises. I guess so. Here, I'll say this. I know for a fact that certain things are different during the day or the night. Like, that was something when I first came into this dungeon. They were like, hey, there's a bunch of moon symbols. Do you think they also worship the sun? And they were like, and it was pretty clear, like, oh, I need to check this place out both during the day and during the night. And some doors are closed during the day and open during the night, and vice versa. But I think, yeah, this Skulltula was not in this room when I was here. I think it's more than just the doors. I think, like, full on, it's like a different dungeon if you come in during the day versus if you come in at night. And that is so fucking cool to me. Alright. Alright, I'll start with the concept now if it's alright. Yeah, go for it. Door doesn't appear to open during the night. I knew that. You don't particularly have to read it if you don't want to. I'll read it. I'm also, obviously, I'm busy playing the game, so like there will be some times where I might have to play rather than read, but I'll do my best to read as much as I can. John Robert Nunez was born December 17th, 1953. Ooh. 70 years old this year, then. Okay, so going this direction. Need to go this direction to get to the boss room area. Okay, but wait. There's a problem. I have the boss key. I don't have the compass either, but like, I guess we'll see. I'll make my way over there, see if maybe during the day there's something specific. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. This is a cool dungeon. I dig this. Ooh, give me those arrows. Wait. Ooh. Okay. I feel like these are important. John would begin playing guitar in early 1962 when one of the older kids introduced him to it during lunch break. Early 1965 when Nunez met... Oh wait, there's a this! Early 1965 when Nunez met Mike Skelton, born July 20th, 1953, also turning 70 this year. Okay, hold up. Where did that... There it is. I mean, I do need more arrows, so that's nice, but... Exactly what I was hoping for. I wonder if there was... Oh, but wait, I can go here now during the day, which is something I couldn't do before. Also interesting that now the map is filled out in the, like, upper area when it wasn't before. Oh, hey. It's closed off. This is so interesting. Hello, Jack says hi. Hi, Jack. How's it going, dude? Hello. How you doing, Elliot? It's a hijack. Oh, God. Pause the concept to let people talk. Sure. Good idea. Yes, we're being hijacked. Oh, no. No. I want you to... Die, please. There. There's something here. Daytime, maybe? Big chest. Oh, this has to be the compass then. This will be good. This will at least help me figure out where the boss key is. I think I know where it is, but at least like generally, but we'll see. Okay, what do we got? Oh, that's not where I thought it was at all. But what's that then? Okay, I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I can... A couple of things. think what I will be doing. Going through here? Yeah? Oh. Okay, what that open? Nobody's spoken in a while. I'll continue on. Yeah, go for it. Skeleton soon began playing bass in '69 just to join a band Nunez was preparing to form. Interesting. I don't know how it works exactly, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Oh, another... Because now it's daytime. I mean, this confirms it. There's different stuff during night versus during the day. This is cool. Give me them hearts. Dead. Perfect. Now this has to be where get the boss key. Yup. That's so cool. Oh shoot. He was in an ad he saw for a wanted bassist and a local band that Skeleton met drummer Gavin Jonathan, born November 29th, 1954, and guitarist Nick Wayford, born October 17th, 1953. So much detail. Crazy. In early '74, Nunez had formed the band with Skeleton, whom invited Jonathan and Wayford into the band. Okay. Let's see. If I... Oh. Okay. Now, before... Oh, come on. Before I actually go fight the boss, which I can do now at either nighttime or daytime, I want to find out what's in that room, so I gotta figure out how to get there exactly. I think... Okay, but I think it'll be easier to get there at night. Let's try this. Lineup had Nunez on lead guitar, vocals, Wayford on rhythm guitar, Skeleton on bass, Jonathan on drums. Soon, pianist Joshua Justin, born February 7, 1954, joined the band. They're all born within, like, a year of each other, basically. Interesting. Ah! Chopped me in half. Yeah, this is a way to get over there. I wonder if I have to come here during the daytime to get down. I guess we'll see. If I do, then I'll try that, but... Unless, is it just... Because let's see, I was here at night before, right? Like this... I should probably just check what this place looks like during the day. Because I don't think I've been here during the day. Okay, we're gonna come this area during the day. But it was July of 74 when Nunez went in for a hair appointment. Barbara mistook the red hair dye canister for hairspray and dyed his hair red. Johnny adopted the stage name Johnny Red due to a club introducing him as that after his appointment. Interesting. And would soon become The Red. The Red. Nice punk rock name. The Red would record their debut album released in November of 74. 21 years old, not bad. Right, I haven't. It's a whole separate room. A month later, Justin and Wayford left the band, leaving only Jonathan Skelton and Red. Oh no! Oh, shit. Keep hoping for more arrows. Not that I need them, I just want them. Yeah, I think the floor is lower in there. But only during the day, I guess. Oh? Yeah! Is that a key up there? It is! But I don't think there are any more key doors. What? Well, maybe past the boss door, I guess? I don't know, this still seems weird. I am. Okay. Okay, interesting. Good to know. They soon hired Paul Davidan? Born December 30, 1952. Ooh, a little bit older now. On piano and rhythm guitarist David Greenworth, born March 2nd, 1953. This would be the remaining lineup for the rest of the band's existence. Woo! Consistency! We love it! Okay. Because I've been in all the rooms now, and I don't think there are any more doors that have... I guess maybe it's possible for you to waste a key somewhere so they have like an extra one programmed in? Or maybe maybe there's more past the boss door here? Oh shit, is there more past the boss door? I knew it. Oh! Oh shit. Oh, that's sick. Fire and ice, not just like a big room with fancy rugs and shit. It's literal fire and ice in this room. That's fucking sick. Their second album in 1975 would make them superstars, basically. Wow. Only like 22 or something. Probably 21, actually, if they're the first guy's birthday is at the end of the year. Somewhere around 21, 22 years old. It's crazy. Ha ha ha! Are you... just to get you out of my hair. I can make this work. Easy. Only flaw with their music was that Skelton could play bass, but was pretty amateur compared to some of the bassists at the time. That's unfortunate. You need a good baseline. In a 1976 interview, Johnny was asked as to why the band was called The Red, and he responded, "Because my favorite color is blue." That's funny. Okay, hurry up and combine, you assholes. Oh, shit. I actually thought that was going to be the end of it. Oh, God, how did you miss? I was like 3 feet in front of you. Oh, what? Okay, guess we were fine anyway. To his credit, Skelton did get better later on. Makes sense. With practice, all things are possible. Dead. Sick. Alright, I think we are actually closing in on the end of the game here, folks. Kome, what is that above your head? You dead, son? We can't die like this. Told you we should have taken care of that kid. You must have gone senile. Who are you calling senile? Is that how you treat your older sister? Told you that. That's exactly what I said. Kia, how heartless you are. How can you be so ungrateful? You're heartless. You ungrateful. Oh, yeah! I don't know why that sound they make just makes me so happy. 1977, some people in the audience began yelling that they didn't like the music, and Johnny just yelled back, "Then why are you here?" That's a fair question. If you don't like the music, why are you at the concert? Awesome. Okay, so we're headed for the end now, I think. Unless, I probably need to go to the Temple of Time or something first. Light arrows. For minutes, people can speak. Yes. Anybody want to speak? Howdy, folks. Feel free to chime in with whatever you like. I am an open book, and I enjoy chatting. Let me thank you. My people will no longer need to fear those two witches. The Gerudo will need to wait another 100 years for a great king to rise. I sometimes ask myself, will the Gerudo ever be destined to live in peace? Ganondorf did not deserve to be used by Kome and Kotake. Only you have the power to seal Ganon once again in the Sacred Realm. I will watch over my people as the Sage of Spirit, and now I will join you as one of the 6 sages. DJ, promise me that you will stop Ganon and restore peace to Hyrule. Now take this medallion. You are our last hope. Damn right I am. You're falling asleep? Cal, don't fall asleep. We're so close to the end. You receive the Spear Medallion. Nabooru adds her power to yours. Hey-o! I will now continue onward. Yes. Go for it. If only I had known. I could have stopped them back then. Sally. Jay, the hero. Finally, all of us, the 6 sages, have been awakened. The time for the final showdown with the King of Evil has come. You must head to Ganon's castle. Oh, and I'm just going straight to Ganon's castle. Okay. Hmm. 1978, Gavin would accidentally set his drum kit on fire somehow. Assume he damaged an amp that ignited from sparks afterward. Damn. It's unfortunate. Right. DJ, can you hear me? It's Rauru, the Sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle. The castle is encased by our 6 barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and join us so that you can seal Ganon. I'll sure try. Don't I need the light arrows though? Where are the light arrows? Do I find those in here? Did I miss them somewhere? A bit confused. Johnny said this about the incident before the fire. The drum kit said the red, but afterward it looked like it said the best. As long as the Master Sword remained at the Temple of Time, I thought Ganon would not escape the Sacred Realm, but something I could never expect happened. Zelda's just here now? Okay. It's weird. After you opened the Door of Time, the evil sorceresses were able to enter the Sacred Realm. Your spirit remained in the Sacred Realm, and the witches moved to revive Ganon. Ganondorf would become the vessel for the evil king. The Sacred Realm would no longer be his prison. I hoped that you would return. I waited for 7 years. That's right, we haven't seen Sheik at all, so I guess Zelda is just Zelda. I protected the power meant for the Chosen Ones, and now you are back. Dark Age ruled by Ganon, the evil king, will not come to pass. Bring down the 6 bears! Bring down the 6 bears! After that short pause, I shall continue on. You're good. The 6 sages have stalled Ganon in the Sacred Realm. We must go there, DJ. We need our help imprisoning the evil king once again. DJ, in order to do this, I need your courage. Please protect me while I do my part. Here is a weapon that can break the barrier protecting the sealed palace. Oh. Sacred Arrow of Light. Hey-oh! Sealed Palace, I get it now. I never really thought about the title of this ROM hack, but I guess that makes sense. Ba-na-ba-na. Got the light arrow! Set it to sea and your arrows will be powered up. The light of justice will smite evil. 1980, the band would perform an acoustic album instead of their usual electric. In an interview, the band was asked, wait, that rumbling, it can't be! Princess Zelda, you foolish mortal. I commend you for believing that you could stop me. But you let your guard down. You knew the sages couldn't hold me forever. It was my mistake to underestimate the sages. I thought that she was gonna be... I don't know. I thought that she was gonna get to, like, do something. No, I have foreseen even this, with the power bestowed onto me by this place, and my true form revealed. I will become the ruler of this world. If you want to rescue Zelda, come to my castle. I'm already in your castle! Jackace. In an interview, the band was asked on what change the album into an acoustic, and Mike would cleverly respond, there's these two holes inside of this thing called a wall, and we pulled our things out of the wall, and it creates nice noise. Interesting. I think this is a door that I couldn't go in as a child. Interesting. Nothing seems to be in here. Okay, but that's what I thought. Does this open another door? Okay. Does it open both? No. So there's gotta be, what, another Wolfos somewhere? Kill? Nope. Alright. 1981, Johnny messed up the chance to perform at a music festival when he forgot his guitar at his house. His house was in the same city as the festival, and he didn't want to go get it. Interesting. There's a key. Let's see, is this a... This isn't a dungeon, it's just like the original game. It's Ganon's Castle. It doesn't have a map or a compass or anything. Assuming there's a boss key somewhere. Okay, so hold on though. Is there a way to open that door that I'm just not seeing? Or am I supposed to come at this from a different angle? Door up there too, so I don't know. I guess we'll just continue on for now. Like one time Johnny performed a concert while lying down on the stage. Huh. Alright. Good thing I came up here first. Oh. Oh, come on. Fuck off. You can't steal this shield, and you can't steal this tunic, so just whatever. Okay. Looks like I gotta go this way. Boom. Oh, snap. Oh, I'm like outside the castle. This is sick. Whoops. Thought I stopped in time. Clearly I was incorrect. Ah! That time I didn't realize until it was too late. Okay, just to keep it easy on ourselves. I can. Oh, come on. Band went on hiatus in 1983. Makes sense if you've got a band member who's kind of causing trouble like that. Hold up, did I miss a chest that appeared over there, or... did that do essentially nothing? Maybe it made that chest appear over there. A word. And this lasted until early 1985. 2 years. Ish. Fuck. Killing this thing right now. Hurry up and open your eye, please. Boom. It's too far for me, even with the long shot. But not from here. Heyo. Only reunited to play at Live Aid. Okay. This is an intense version of Ganon's Castle. I don't have any concept of where this is like heading. It's so fascinating. Cool. They released 2 albums in 85 and 86 that had slightly more of an 80s synth sound that were both fantastic, but after that they never did it again. Aw. That's so sad. Fudge, I guess I should have just jumped. What? Okay. Maybe if I aim, yeah, there. That was strange to me, but I'll take it. Guess I want to go up here, perhaps? Is that the way that I was supposed to get up here? I can't tell. Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like it. Up there. If I go this way, am I gonna fall off the edge? Yeah, so it's not gonna fly. So I guess I gotta go this way. Sweet. Oh, shit. I found a barrier. That's cool. Oh, fuck. How did I miss? Short pause real quick to let people talk. Go for it. Who's all here? Anyone else here? Sound off. Let me hear from you. I'd love to chat, as I've said before. This is such a strange version of Ganon's Castle. And I guess I can. Fudge. Okay, there's got to be another one somewhere, or that one just comes back. Yep, there we go. He did! Okay, so the cool thing about this is that this is clearly the, original castle from the start of the game, just, Ganonified, broken down, all kinds of stuff, messed up about it. which is very cool. I just gotta get used to it, I think. In 87, Johnny was asked why the band never did an 80s-like album again, and he said, "We knew those two would be fantastic, so we never did it again so more people would buy them." Okay? Did something similar in 1990 when they literally did a spectacular progressive rock album, but they never did it again, but there was kind of a reason as to why they never did something like it again, and that reason is... Is there no other door out of here? Oh! What's that? Oh, it's the barrier! Oh shit, I didn't even realize it. Okay, well that's good to know. But yeah, there's no other entrances or exits out of here. Oh, wait! I spoke too soon. Actually, several things I can do. This leads back out to the courtyard, so let's check out this area first. If there's anything interesting to be gained from out here. Just on December 7th, 1991, Red collapsed and died in a record store in Milwaukee, just 10 days before he turned 38. Oh god. So sudden. It was determined that Red had taken a fatal combination of several drugs and alcoholic beverages, causing a heart attack. Oh god. What a potent combination. Is there anything? No. Oh. If I could go down there. Important there. Probably not, but what's this in here? Even sadder is that they were literally about to do an 80s synth album right before he died. Oh. How sad. Band obviously broke up because now their dead frontman's stage name is in the name. Yeah, that kind of calls for it, at the very least, a rebranding. And that's not something that is easy for a band to go through. I was not prepared for that for some reason. Oh, come on. Good. I wonder if this'll work. Nope, it just went straight through everything. Okay, well then let's... I didn't realize this was here. So let's do this instead. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. Jonathan died of tuberculosis on October 8th, 2019, age 64. That's unfortunate. here it is. Here's another one. Cool that that just happens now, that I don't have to sit through a whole cutscene. I appreciate that. Oh, map. I need to stop thinking there's a map. Okay, this is... I think I remember where this room was. Like, original castle floor plan. Totally certain. Die! My god. And how did I get so low on hearts already? I still have a fairy. Nope, I don't. Unfortunate. Wait, is there... Let's do an 80s band concept. All right. Okay, here's a door to finally use a key on. And that way has the barrier in front of it, so I can't go in there. Yeah, I remember where this area is too. There was a... I came back here with the slingshot and opened this area up. Okay. Well, I can't go that way anyway, so I think I just gotta go back. November 2nd, 1964, Edwin Heath Carr was born. Due to his first name, you've heard people call him Heath Carr. Heath Carr. In 1973, he met Jim Felt. Jim Felt, born October 24th, 1962. Focus. Early in 1975, that Carr found out that Felt played bass. In '84, Carr formed his band. Or if I kill all of the geese, not geese, these are gwei. If I kill all the gwei, will the door open? Otherwise, I don't know how I'm getting out of here. Got to get better at aiming. Do they keep respawning? Is that what's happening here? Am I being a big dummy dumb face because they just keep coming back and killing them is literally pointless? I think they might be. I think they might be coming back. Okay, wait. I didn't notice there was that. That'll work. Okay, before I go in there, though... anything important up here? Let's find out. Our hired family friend Clint Locks, born December 8, 1963, on drums, and good friend Rory Gatwick. Wait, this room out. Rory Gatwick, born July 25th, 1965, on rhythm guitar. Invited his younger brother Ben, born January 18th, 1964, on lead guitar, and was labeled the Shrieking Melodies due to their raw hair metal sound. Interesting. Will this work? Their band made it big in early '85 with their debut album. Aha! That switch open a door? Or did that switch do nothing? What did that switch do? I'm confused. Pause real quick. Yes, once again, anybody who may or may not be here. I suppose if you're not here, it'd be hard to say anything, but if you are here, feel free to speak up. I would love to hear from you. Okay, there we go. That'll do the trick. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I can! Oh, that's cool! the books and shit. I think I... do this? Yes, I can. This. Fudge! Okay, it's fine. Well, I mean, it's not fine because I'm dying, but it's fine for now. Oh! Okay. Or not, I guess. 1987, the band performed a very long concert at Hyde Park. Let's see if this will work. Oh, okay. Perfect. Question is, so there's that door, but there's also that door over there that probably opened? I suppose let's go to this one first. Oh, wait a sec. No. Because this one has a switch. I think the other door is out right there. So let's do this. Okay, that opened that door over there. Ah! Visible keys. This got them banned from the venue as Carr and Gatwick reportedly began shattering alcohol bottles on the stage, as well as spraying hair dye onto the band's equipment and amps. That seems like an interesting thing to do. What? Cool. Cool. Guess we'll just do this then. There we go. This door is open. If I break this... Oh, mother... I think I'm gonna need you here. For no particular reason. Interesting. Some redeads over there. Oh, hi there, you. Let's go this way. Are you kidding? Oh my god. What is hitting me? Oh, it's... Right, the barrier. How could I forget about the barrier? I feel like such an idiot now. Getting so frustrated over something that was totally my fault! Isn't that great? I love it. Hey, at least I got another one of these. In 1990, Jim was admitted to rehab for alcoholism, which ended up failing, as he ended up just walking out of the facility on the first day. Wow. Yeah, that's a complete and total failure, I would say. Okay, so now... like there's anywhere for me to go. They can't go that way. There's nothing else to go in here, right? I don't want to go out that door because then I'm just going to get hit to redeads and die quickly. So I've gotten 4 of the things. So I guess the question now is, where do I go next? I don't recall there being very many other options. We'll find out. Band's usual shenanigans carried on until 95. As on August 3rd, 95, Carr ended up suffering an overdose on stage, had to be dragged off and resuscitated by Ben and Clint. Yikes. That is a rough situation to be in. Get back. This? Yes, I can. Okay, so I can get back. Guess maybe I have to? There were other areas to explore. That's thinking back on. Although, but wait, what about this? I don't know. There's not really a way back from here, is there? Oh my god. I never did figure out how this opens. This door is something to do with it. This just had, yeah, it's just the... I could go through that door if I could reach it, because I've got a key, but the barrier's in place, so I can't go through it. What's this? What is the deal? I suppose there is always the option of... Those not real? Why put them there if they're not even real? Snap. That Gui was about to wreck my steez. Parts, really? Guess I could... Nope. Doesn't work either because of the slope. I feel like I'm going crazy. Here's at least a heart. Oh my god. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. Fuck. Yeah, no, there's no way to get back there. So then, where the freak am I going? I guess I can save and quit, go back to the start, but like, there was so much crap I went through before I got to an area that was like... before I got to what would be like the next area I'm gonna check, basically. Like, it would take a while. I went through here. Up here again. I think it was a chest with a key, right? Yeah. Sorry, I've missed a couple things. 98, Gatwick ended up freezing on stage and not playing at the beginning song of the concert. Early 2000s were great for the band. 2001 had Clint quitting the band but rejoining. All nearly crumbled in O2 in September 30th. On September 30th, 2002, Ben and his good friend Dash McClure, born January 2nd, 1971, went for a ride in a Jeep. While they were driving down a slope, the Jeep skidded and slammed into a metal railing. McClure got off with only a couple broken bones. Doctors whom arrived determined that Ben had been killed instantly. Damn. Soon realized they made a mistake when Ben woke up in the morgue. It was also on November 8th, 2002 that Carr had to stop doing drugs and drinking due to risk of a stroke. Damn. Lots of problems for this band. They ended up breaking up for good by December. Jim wasn't having any fun in the band anymore, and Ben had essentially refused to show up to gigs or concerts. Clint quit the band again, and Roy was too out of it to even play in the studio. There we go. Still not sure where this is all going. Where am I supposed to head next? I guess I must have missed something. Like, maybe this is when I'm supposed to just head into there, but I missed stuff, so now I can't get back is the thing. So like, ooh. I guess I could save and quit, but Wanna. Okay, well, I guess at this point, saving and quitting is probably my best bet. How about a band that's not sad? Let's hold off on another concept for a little bit. I'm so focused on this that it's hard for me to keep going back and forth. So let's hold off on the next concept for a little bit. Back at the start. Still isn't open. There, I think. Remember going up there and there wasn't anything. There was a switch, but I already hit it, so now I'm... No hearts. Ah! Gosh dang it. Like, which makes sense. I'm not surprised that didn't work. Hang it! This is where the thing was. It was like in here, and then I hit it, and so we're here now. Never went up here. This is one area that I never went up, checked out. Okay, well, the door's gone, so okay, so I guess I didn't miss much by not checking that area out. Here. Remember there being pretty much nothing to do out here except come up here. Up there. Okay, now here's where I think I split off a bit. Yeah, I never went through here. Dead. This is where Zelda's room was, I think. Yeah, this is definitely where Zelda's room was. Light thing. Okay, so I was correct. I missed stuff. Maybe that's what happened, is I was supposed to get all of them, and then at the end there, oh, okay, we can get into the thing now. Guess I really should take more care when exploring this area. This door is blocked off. I'm gonna guess that I can't open it, because it seems like there are just some doors that I just can't open. It's not now, so I guess I'm just gonna continue on. Have I checked out what's down here? Oh. This is the door that was blocked. Now it's no longer blocked, which means I have a shortcut to get back here. Cool. Cool. Tight. Sweet. So that means that I can do this much more quickly and easily next time if needed. Hopefully there isn't a next time. I just get it all in one go this time. Dankeschön. Okay, did I only go through one of these doors? I did, and this is another shortcut. Great. Wow, I am not on top of my game today. Normally I'm so good about checking everything, and I have not done that. Okay, but here I run into a problem. I think, unless, did I not go through here? No. This is the place I went through. But I probably didn't. Go upstairs. Because I was like, wait, let's check out this area first. And then I, like a dummy, never actually went up the ladder. That's probably what happened, huh? Okay, just to make sure that the thing doesn't kill me as I try to go up the ladder. Cool. I ain't wasting bombs. Is there one up here? No. Nothing up here. Maybe there was one up here and I... Although I don't feel like there was. Okay, now here's the thing. This leads back out to here. And I can't go back from here. But hang on. I have an idea now. Here. Is anything? Door? No, that's a blocked door. Go through. Okay, wait a sec. That door. No, that's not a door though. Oh, I think the door that comes out of there, I think that's from like the underground area. Not the underground, the like, what's it called? The place where the people are, the jail area. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's what's down there, so maybe I need to, maybe the jail is supposed to be like the next area I go to? I don't know, I still feel like I'm missing something in... This, I already checked up there, that was just a small chest with a key. There's something in this room that I missed because I just sort of went through it quickly. Or maybe not. Still unsure of what I'm doing here. That's what I thought. Fuck. Is there another exit from here that I just didn't miss? Doesn't look like it. Yep. As expected. Oh. There's gotta be something I'm missing, especially because I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't give me some way to get back. After, like... Oh, fuck. That is so fucking annoying. And... Yep. Of course it is gone. Of course. Alright. Well... I guess there's nothing to it but to just keep going back again. There's only one more. I just don't know where it is. Gotta be something I'm missing, and I think... I don't know. Excuse me. Let's check up here again, just make sure that I'm not crazy. Don't understand. I don't understand where I am expected to go right now, or what I've missed. Even how I'm supposed to go backwards from this point. Like, that feels the weirdest to me. What the heck? That's weird. Okay. Let's save and quit one more time. If I'm gonna look through again, I'm not gonna go past sort of point of no return, but I'm gonna maybe mix up sort of the way I look into some of these places. I believe there was one. No, there wasn't. There. I think I found the first one as I was expected to. Because then I got to this shortcut. Right? No. This makes sense. Okay. This leads to here. I guess I didn't find one somewhere over. I would. The only reason I hesitate is because there's this shortcut here. This, which comes straight from here. Is there something I missed in this room? And then this is this. Fudge. Really don't want to end now because I don't want the next stream to be like an hour, not even an hour. If I find it quickly. Came in here and there two one there. Oh my god. Cool. Well, I found it. And I was correct. I had to find this place. Find the jail. Switch go. There it is. Key. That opens up a door there. Here? Yep. There it is. Finally, okay. Did it teleport me over to here? Because if... Oh, that's so good. Okay, but... And I'm not even sure if I can get back to... Not even sure if I can get back to there, but... There is a door in the, like, water-looking area that I kind of want to see about first. Oh, guess I can't get back there. Oh, and I didn't open the... Okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. We're just gonna go with the flow here. figure it out. Oh. Shit. Okay, there's the boss key. There's so much is happening all of a sudden. Oh, and I know exactly what's going on. This, how much you want to bet? Yup. So then my question is, where does that go? Door open? Doesn't look like it. But cool, that means I know how to get around again. Yes, there's just another... Well, I guess this door was here during the child section. So maybe it, they just... Well, no, because they could have blocked it off. Why are they giving me two doors into this room like this? What? Oh, give me that fairy. Oh, I've got a lot of health again. Killing those two, You are. Killing those two iron knuckles was very helpful. I wonder if there's going to be another fairy. That'd be nice. Nope. There's a heart. I'll take that. This... Okay, so I guess it's just an easier way to get back there if you're up here. That... Oh. Oh. Golden gauntlets? That what I'm seeing here? Yup. Okay. Well, that's cool. Now it makes me want to go lift up the big rock that's outside Ganon's castle, but it's probably just the better hearts, and like, that's great, but I don't need it. I'm not. But still, cool that I finally got those. I was wondering when they were going to come. Alright, here we go for the end, folks. Anyone who's currently watching. If anyone is currently watching. Shit. Just skip straight to the Ganon fight? This is the Sacred Realm. So I guess this is it. Huh. Zelda's just free now? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you ahead. Doom, doom. We're gonna... It's easier. Okay, cheating a little bit. Alright, and now we got ourselves a nice, good old-fashioned Ganon fight. Here we go. There's no way he's going to hold me back. We fight together. Just dang it. There we go. We're off to the races. Yeah, I know. This is pretty cool. I dig the fact that like we're in the Sacred Realm right now. That's pretty sick. There we go. Time to end this. I like the fact that they kept the original final battle music. Because, like, it's still Ganon. Of course it's the original music. Boom. Just like that. It's over. Alright, well let's check out this ending and then then I'm calling it a night. That was weird. Why was there a chicken crowing? You. Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. Someday when this seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants. Oh, jeez. How rude. I think it's good, Tom. I think it's good. Definitely one of the best ROM hacks for Zelda that for Ocarina of Time that I've ever played. Oh, is it just skipping to the credits? Because that'd be nice. Not having to go through. Yeah, sweet. We'll sit through this. I'm assuming that you're here, Tom. So rather than text you back, I'm gonna just talk. I like it. Like I said, I think it's one of the best ROM hacks for Ocarina of Time that I've ever played. Very interesting stuff. The way that a lot of the dungeons are made is really interesting and new, which is not typical of most ROM hacks. Usually they're either literally just taking the original dungeons and sort of putting a small twist on them, sort of like Master Quest does. but sometimes they do create new dungeons, but they're very simplistic and very small, and usually those ROM hacks are pretty small as well. This is a very big endeavor, and I think that they pulled it off very well. That being said, I do think there are a lot of issues. I think when it comes to the story, they could have put more effort in. Because granted, like, the original Ocarina of Time has a lot of big cutscenes, and they talk about, you know, the three goddesses did this and that, and they've got those long things. And I'm not necessarily saying they need those kinds of cutscenes, but those kinds of cutscenes are what kind of make the story more than just you're out doing a thing. The fact that we never ran into Sheik, I don't mind that Sheik isn't a thing, but I feel like they should have put something else in Sheik's place so that we have a character that we're interacting with every now and then. Because otherwise, I mean, I could have gone almost the entire game without talking to anyone. Which I won't say is, like, necessarily a negative, but, like, this is a game that feels like it should be grand and, like, epic. But there, I guess, like, you can't always be grand and epic. You have to also have some of the personality and, like, quirkiness of characters to relate to. And I don't feel like I got that very much. The other thing I would say is some of the dungeons were... some of them were really interesting, and others were... okay, I make my way around this area of the Fire Temple, and, like, oh, it's a good thing I went this way because I got the key that I needed to go the other way. In other words, like, the Fire Temple is one of them, but a couple of others just felt very simple. I think the Forest Temple was also pretty simple. It had some cool moments, like the moment where you shoot an arrow through a hole in the wall to hit an eye switch in a room that opens the door so you can get into that room. That was just a cool, like, thing to feel like, oh, I figured that out. That was a nice moment. But other than that, that temple was pretty simple. You just, like, okay, explore, find the chests, and there's not much else to it other than, again, that one sort of puzzle. I thought the water temple was really cool. Keeping the mechanic of, like, the 3 levels of water was fun. I liked that. Especially because they didn't just, you know, keep the water temple. They forced you to, like, you go to certain rooms when the water level was at different levels to do different things, which is something that the water temple in the original game didn't do. It never had, like, oh, you go to this room now and the water's at this level, so you do this thing, but then you have to come back when it's at this level so that you can do that thing. Like, that's never really a thing other than the central room, of course. But, like, they in other words, expanded on that, and I thought that was really cool. I thought the Shadow Temple was hit or miss. It doesn't do what the Shadow Temple in the original game does, which is... what? Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Very, very weird. Not expecting that. The... what else am I saying? Oh, the Shadow Temple, it didn't do what the original Shadow Temple did, where it felt just like a sort of a gauntlet that you run through with only minor, like, steps off the like critical path, as Mark Brown would call it. Um, it had a lot more twists and turns, which was interesting. I liked it. I actually don't really have much negative to say about it, except I don't know. I guess I feel like no, that was never mind. There was one thing towards like the end of that dungeon that I got really stuck on, but I think that was really more my own fault. I made assumptions that I shouldn't have made. Spirit Temple was really cool. I liked that they had the mechanic of like daytime, nighttime. Because again, that's not something that was featured in the original game, but like, yeah, it makes sense that you could have a dungeon that like night and day affect things. And I liked that. The first three dungeons I really liked. Well, the first two I was pretty okay with. They were very simple, but like interesting and sort of new-ish. The third dungeon was incredible. Not necessarily because the dungeon itself was like difficult or complex or like, you know, thought-provoking, but the way that they did this whole nightmare idea was really cool. And then Ganon's Castle, I'm more frustrated with myself than anything, but also I feel like I don't know. I don't know. The Ganon's Castle feels weird to me. And I'm not sure why. But yeah, I did like Ganon's Castle. It was just something about it makes me feel strange. And the rest of the game, like the stuff that's not in the dungeons, the stuff that's not about the story, I liked it. It was fun. I think the overall feel of the game was really well done, and I liked it. I do think, like I said, I don't want to harp on it too much, but I do think that they could have fleshed out the story more. Like the way that Zelda was just there in the castle when you got there was kind of jarring. The way Zelda was just suddenly, you know, free and there with you when you got to the Ganon boss fight, like that was kind of strange. So like and like I said, the rest of the game, they could have put more effort into like crafting sort of a narrative as opposed to just, you know what Zelda's like, go play a Zelda game. Because it's not like this is Breath of the Wild where you can do anything at any time pretty much. They clearly had like a set order of things that you were supposed to do, and they didn't really have a way of showing you this is the way to do them. Other than, like, I had to rely on Navi to tell me occasionally, hey, go this direction, you're supposed to do this thing. Even, like, the Ice Cavern, I got to the Ice Cavern as a child, and I was like, cool, this is the third dungeon. Only to find out, no, this is a mini dungeon that you finish as an adult. You're just supposed to like make your way through here as a child, and that was weird to me, especially because I didn't have a bottle, which may or may not have been my own fault. I don't know. I'm not. I guess part of the issue for me, and this goes back to the story. Like the story in the original game helps you sort of figure out where to go, and you don't have to follow that all the time, but you at least know where you're heading at all times, pretty much. At least on some level. Whereas with this game, you don't always have that. And the thing that I guess I'm gonna sort of stake this on is bottle. Like in the original game, you get a bottle because you have to. Like even if you don't collect the chickens for Anju, even if you don't play Talon's minigame, you get a bottle as a child before you need one because you have to. You get the bottle with Ruto's letter in it. Like, that's a bottle. You have that bottle. And in this game, I got all the way to the Ice Cavern, and I got in there, and I was kind of like, okay, do I find a bottle in here? Because I have no idea where I was going to find a bottle. And I guess because of that, like, that's just one element of it that's like, it was confusing. And maybe, well, no, I would say that, like, especially because Navi is going to point you in that direction. If you don't have any experience with Zelda, you're going to have no idea what's going on there. So, yeah. So to sort of wrap up my thoughts on this, it's a very good ROM hack. It has some problems. I think that the dungeons, for the most part, break very well, in terms of like the interest and like new mechanic department. I think that they're it's all very interesting. Um, and I would say that just overall, it's a good ROM hack. I think ultimately it's a good ROM hack. I can see that you just responded, so let me read your response real quick. I agree. Bullshit bringing it down. Story lag of maps is certain dungeons, and the fact that the map is never in your HUD, and the little glitches caused by the lack of playtesting. Yes, I would agree with all of that. When it comes to the map being on the HUD, I will say I heard about this, I think, on a ZFG stream. Apparently, part of the reason that they don't have any of those in the game is those are not dynamically generated from like the map screen. Those are completely separate, and you have to like program the movement of the thing for each map that you do or something like that. I don't remember exactly. In other words, from what I understand, it's very complicated doing the HUD map. I don't know if that's necessarily an excuse, especially because they clearly put a lot of effort into this. You'd think that they would also want to add that in there. But I guess I'll give them some leeway myself on that, but I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if clone is the right word. I would say it's like a good Ocarina of Time sibling. Because it's not the same game. It's like I would call Master Quest a clone. Master Quest took Ocarina of Time and said, here's the same dungeons with just, different goals or different like puzzles, I guess. This feels like a game that is like 90% of the way to being a real Zelda game. Sort of in the same way, like I guess I would list Majora's Mask as almost a sibling of Ocarina of Time, where, they took a lot of the same stuff and they put it in a new world. This is a new world, or a new, like, I guess, time in Hyrule. But I get what you're saying. Like, it takes the engine and really digs into some stuff. But yeah, because there wasn't, I don't know if there wasn't any, but there was definitely not enough playtesting. And at the end of the day, I think that, yeah, it suffered a little bit for that. But overall, I think if I was going to grade this, I think I'd give this thing an A-. Just me personally. Because the dungeons were really interesting, and I like the fact that even the overworld was completely new, and very interesting how like it all sort of connected together in a sense. But yeah, overall, I really dig it. I'd love to hear more of your thoughts, so feel free to keep texting me any responses you have, and we can chat over text about it. But for now, I'm going to call it a night because I'm exhausted and I would like to go hang out with my wonderful partner. So I'm going to do that. If you're still here, Tom, have a good rest of your night. I will hopefully hear more from you because I'd love to keep chatting about this. I'm going to be streaming again this weekend, probably. Playing Hollow Knight again because now that I finished this, I want to go back to Hollow Knight. It's been a while. All right. Have a good night, folks. Bye.